Welcome to our official review of the 2014-15 season. It was a campaign that had a little bit of everything, and now you can relive all the drama.
We've got goals, 148 of them, controversy, joy, despair, and of course, all the nail-biting moments in the race for automatic promotion to the Premier League. It ended up being a memorable campaign as the Hornets sealed their return to the top flight of English football.
On Disc 1, we bring you highlights of every game from the season, including all the twists and turns of one of the tightest promotion races for many years.
And on Disc 2, there are lots of bonus features to enjoy as the Hornets celebrated their return to the Premier League. The season began in bright sunshine in August with 3 debutants in Beppe Sannino's starting lineup against Bolton Wanderers. But it was a familiar name who got the Hornets off to the perfect start.
Jella playing as a left winger involved, and he tries to curl it behind Mills into Deeney. Deeney, can he lob it over Lonergan? Yes, he can! Troy Deeney is off and running in the Championship once again. 16 minutes is all it's taken for Watford's leading scorer of last season. Their talisman, he's still their captain, and he's on the score sheet once again. Here's Terzier looking to release Vidra, who's on his way, and Terzier's done just that, and Vidra is already ahead of the Bolton back two, and he cuts into the box. Deeney's there, still Vidra going, Vidra goes for goal, Vidra scores! It's 2-0! The deadly duo strike on opening day, all his own work, that one from Vidra. He is back! Great ball from Terzier, and the pace from Vidra took him away from Bolton.
Just after half-time, Ecuadorian international Juan Carlos Paredes nearly capped his debut with a stunning strike.
Now Angela looking to release Forestieri with his first ball, and Davida's missed it, and Forestieri is in inside the box. Can he finish it? Yes, he can! Game over! Fernando Forestieri with his first touch of the afternoon. Mistake from David, and Watford have 3 points on opening day.
The clean sheet was preserved late on, thanks to this save from Aurelio Gomez.
Sprays it out to this right-hand side. It's a good ball to Forestieri. Can he turn? Yes, he can. He's got runners. And he looks for Fabrini. Here goes Diego Fabrini into the box. Can he square it? But it's onto his left foot. Can he finish? Rolls it for Lloyd Dyer, who does finish. One chance and one Watford goal right at the start of this second half.
Another breakaway nearly created a second goal, but this time the woodwork denied Dyer. The trip to relegated Norwich got off to an explosive start and left the Hornets with a mountain to climb after Joel Ekstrand was shown a red card inside 2 minutes. The 10 men battled bravely but had no answer to Bradley Johnson's chip just past the half hour. Lewis Grabban doubled the Canaries' lead after half-time with a deflected effort. And midfielder Alex Tete sealed the win for Neil Adams' side 2 minutes later.
Nil-nil it remains here with 17 minutes left as Deeney flicks the ball on. Here's Zagallo attacking, and he's into the box. Onto his left foot. Great block by the defender. Yep. Must come to Dyer, who scores for Watford on the rebound. Lloyd Dyer scores his second Watford goal. 10 yards short of the penalty area. Back to Andrews, looks for Zagallo on the edge of the box, who gets his body in the way and then looks to turn and rolls it for Hoban overlapping. Can Tommy Hoban square it? Tommy Hoban goes on the outside. It's there for Minori! And Watford score a second and surely seal the points here on a Chilly Tuesday night in South Yorkshire. Great play from Tommy Hoban on the overlap, and Gianni Munari has his first Watford goal, stabbed home from close range, and Watford lead by 2-0 with 3.5 minutes to go. Ball comes out to this near side and Forestieri, who skips round Warnock and then rolls it to the edge of the area looking for Deeney, turns it into the box looking for Munari. He goes down, Forestieri's there and knocks it in at the second attempt, and Watford have the lead. His first shot from close range was saved by Silvestri, but the rebound came straight back to Forestieri, who nodded it over the goalkeeper, who is stricken on the floor.
Leeds drew level 12 minutes later when defender Gabriel Tamas diverted a cross into his own net. The game swung back in Watford's favour when Giuseppe Belushi brought Forestieri down in the box. The Hornets were awarded a penalty and the defender sent off.
One apiece. Here comes Deeney, right-footed, down the middle and scores. And Watford are in front, and Deeney scores at home again. That's his 10th home game in the last 11 that he gets on the score sheet. Munari's won the ball back just inside the Leeds half. He's pursued by Austin, works it out to Forestieri. He's got Pudel overlapping. It's Forestieri, goes for the penalty area. Still going Forestieri, and he drives it in off the post. What an afternoon Fernando Forestieri is having. He scores his second and makes the advantage a lot clearer now. Terja, though, taking a long run up and drives it goalwards and finds the bottom corner. And that applies the finishing touch on a great afternoon for Watford. A first Watford goal from Nathaniel Chalobah.
Leeds finished with 9 men after Sam Byram also saw red for an off-the-ball incident. Watford were given a home tie with Doncaster Rovers in the second round of the Capital One Cup, and it was the League One side who took an early lead after Gabriel Tamas conceded a penalty, which was dispatched by Nathan Tyson.
Lovely flick from Igalo, and here's Dyer attacking the last defender. He goes on the outside and scores. Lloyd Dyer loves scoring on Tuesdays.
Just after half-time, Rovers restored their lead when Liam Wakefield scored from close range, and the Hornets were heading for an early exit.
Well, despite the defeat to Doncaster, that week was perhaps one of the most significant of the season, as news came of a new contract for the captain. After a summer of speculation about a move away, Troy Deeney committed his future to the Hornets for another 4 years.
Which the credit through for Deeney, who's onside here. Troy Deeney up against Smithies, and Deeney scores in front of the rookery end. Huddersfield are furious. They complain to the linesman, but Troy Deeney scores on Vicarage Road again.
The second half was full of incident, and Huddersfield drew level straight away after Aurelio Gomez spilled Sean Scannell's shot. Harry Bunn thumped in the rebound.
Anya heads it in towards the penalty area. Bunn is there, battling with Forestieri. And then Deeney can't control it. Might come to Abdi inside the box. Ahmed Abdi restores Watford's lead. Horrible defending from Huddersfield Town on the edge of their own penalty area. Watford get fortunate with a ricochet. And Watford are back in front. Abdi's first goal of the season.
The Terriers equalised for the second time when Murray Wallace headed in from the corner. and just 2 minutes later, the Hornets were reduced to 10 men, and Gabriel Tamas was sent off for a second bookable offence. Remarkably, it was Watford who were back in front 5 minutes later though, Keith Andrews heading in Abdi's corner.
Deeney can work it in field to Turja. Can he release Abdi? Here's Ahmed Abdi. Abdi against Lynch. Abdi into the box. Abdi onto his right foot. Abdi scores! Watford win it by 4 goals to 2. Ahmed Abdi seals a famous victory here at Vicarage Road.
After that dramatic win over the Terriers, which left the Hornets in second place, head coach Beppe Sannino decided to return to Italy. Oscar Garcia took over the reins at the beginning of September, and his first game in charge was against Charlton at the Valley.
It started badly when the Addicts were awarded a second-minute penalty after Gomez brought down Igor Vetakeli. Yoni Boyens scored from 12 yards. Troy Deeney came close to an instant reply, but his shot grazed the post. And in the second half, Daniel Turja was denied by Stephen Henderson in the Charlton goal. So defeat for Garcia, and he wasn't able to travel to the Hornets' next game at Blackpool after being hospitalised with health concerns. Assistant coach Ruben Martinez picked the team, who dominated in the first half but couldn't quite break the deadlock. Troy Deeney was denied from long range. And then Ikechianya broke clear, but Joe Lewis excelled again.
Back out to Daniel Pereyra, 35 yards out. Plays a good ball inside the fullback. Here's Dyer inside the box. It's fouled, and Watford have a penalty. Lloyd Dyer fouled by Tony McMahon just as he tried to turn inside the area. McMahon complains, but he caught his trailing leg. Clear penalty. Here comes Vidra, right-footed, into the corner! Lewis went the wrong way, and Matteo Vidra gets Watford underway under Oscar Garcia. And let's hope that makes the head coach feel a whole lot better. Watford have the lead here at the midway point of the second half.
The Seasiders were given a glorious chance to draw level late on, when a push on substitute Niall Ranger in the box was penalised by referee Scott Duncan. But after picking himself up, Ranger was unable to beat Gomez from the penalty spot. And the Hornets hung on for a rare win in the Northwest. Captain Troy Deeney began a spell on the sidelines with a hamstring problem as the Hornets hosted Bournemouth at Vicarage Road. An early foul by Tamas on Callum Wilson gave the Cherries a penalty in front of the Rookery end. But experienced defender Ian Hart drove the spot kick wide. Aurelio Gomez was called into action later in the first half, and he brilliantly kept out Wilson's far post header. But the Watford keeper could do nothing to stop Harry Arter's pile driver 18 minutes after half-time.
Chips it in towards Igalo, who gets a header away. It might come to Cathcart on the volley. Craig Cathcart equalises for Watford on the volley. What a strike that was! And Aurelio Gomez celebrates down this end as Watford celebrates at the other. They're back on level terms, and Craig Cathcart, on his second Watford debut, drags the Hornets level. It was a free kick that was only half cleared. Igalo did well, so did Ekstran, and then Cathcart on the volley from 12 yards, thumped it past Boroch, and maybe sets up a grandstand finish here at Vicarage Road. 8 minutes to go, one apiece.
Another trip to the northwest followed, this time to Ewood Park to face Blackburn. And striker Odion Igalo went close to his first Watford goal after a mazy run early in the game.
Cathcart looks to drop it over the back of Blackburn. Vidri's onside. Matic Vidri's onside. Can he get it out of his feet? Devender's got back onto his left foot. Into the corner. How about that? For Mattia Vidra. It looked like the chance has gone, but cool, calm and collected. Here comes Terzier. It is Terzier. And Terzier scores! Steele went full length and can't keep it out. In off the post, and Watford double their lead 5 minutes before the break.
Rovers were quick out of the traps after the break, and Rudy Gestede halved the deficit within a minute of the restart. The Hornets held out until 13 minutes from time before another header, this time from Ryan Tunnicliffe, earned Blackburn a share of the spoils. The games continued thick and fast, with Brentford visiting Vicarage Road the following Tuesday. Billy McKinley, who'd recently joined the coaching staff, took charge of the side following the news that Oscar Garcia was unable to return due to his health issues. The crossbar came to the Bees' rescue to keep out Igalo's header, but he wasn't to be denied for long.
Manari just about finds Terzier. Terzier does well enough, and Vidra can get it out of his feet. Can he set Igalo? Vidra into the feet of Igalo. Igalo into the box, onto his left foot. Is he brought down? He's brought down, surely. Yes, he is. Well, the referee thought a long time about it, but Watford do have a penalty. Here comes Odion Igalo then, right-footed. Oh, the goalkeeper saves it, but Igalo puts the rebound in, and Watford are ahead, and Odion Igalo has his first goal for the Hornets. Well, it wasn't the best of penalties, Button made the save, but he couldn't hold on to it, and Igalo was the first to react, to poke it into the opposite corner.
Brentford levelled matters on 57 minutes when midfielder Jonathan Douglas slotted past Gomez.
Works it back to Paredes, who digs out across, and Anya headed away, comes to Vidra into it. Oh! What a hit from Mattia Vidra! And Watford are back in front. That is a cracking strike. What a hit on the half volley. Out of nothing, Watford are back in front.
The Hornets had to play the last few minutes of injury time with 10 men after Daniel Padil was shown a second yellow card for a foul on Andre Gray. From the free kick, Aurelio Gomez excelled to keep out Jake Bidwell's header. So after 10 games, the league table was still very congested, but the Hornets were handily placed.
The first game of October was also the final game before another international break. Billy McKinlay remained in charge as the Hornets hosted Brighton at Vicarage Road.
"25 yards out, but Daniel Terzier shoots into the corner, and Watford take the lead. Daniel Terzier scores for the second Saturday running from a set piece from 25 yards. Stockdale just stood there and watched it go past him into the corner. And in a game which has been extremely tight, it's Watford who strike first, and what a huge goal that could be for Billy McKinley's side. Daniel Terzier with his third of the season. It's Watford 1, Brighton 0.
But the Hornets couldn't hold on, and Lewis Dunk equalised for the Seagulls 13 minutes from time. Matteo Vidra went close to winning it for Watford, but his shot was parried by David Stockdale. With a 2-week break for internationals before the next game, the Hornets made a change in the dugout. Serbian Slaviša Kanović was installed as head coach ahead of the trip to Hillsborough to face Sheffield Wednesday.
Forestieri takes it off his toe. Wednesday holding the line, and Forestieri's released Vidra, who's onside. Vidra into the box. Vidra's got Igalo to his right. Can he find him? Looks for Igalo. 1-0. Watford beat the offside trap, and they're ahead through Odion Igalo. Sheffield Wednesday can have no complaints defending that high against the pace of Matteo Vidra. Forestieri released him. Vidra was away, and he kept his head and put it on a plate for Odion Igalo, who scores for the second time this season. Wednesday furious. Watford are jubilant. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Watford 1. Forestieri goes through the middle and plays it to his left-hand side, just behind Abdi. Abdi edge of the box. Abdi round Louvens. It's Abdi on the edge of the penalty area. Back onto his right foot. Goes for the little curler. Oh, it's in! Through Westwood! And Watford double their lead on 38 minutes. A little bit of luck eventually. Alman Abdi scores the second goal for the Hornets. Wednesday again leaving themselves wide open at the back. And it's Sheffield Wednesday 0, Watford 2.
Fernando Forestieri went close to a third after half-time, but he hit the outside of the post. And Aurelio Gomez ensured it was the perfect start for Jokanovic, as he denied Royston Drenthe to keep the clean sheet intact.
Paredes, attack Mattock back into Vidra inside the area. Can Vidra finish? Oh yes he can! Oh yes he can! Classy stuff from Matteo Vidra. Just clipped it over Westwood, and that surely is the 3-point sealed. A third goal for the Hornets. Paredes poking it into the box, and Vidra took a touch and then just clipped it over the advancing Westwood into the roof of the net.
The victory at Hillsborough had sent the Hornets top of the table. Nottingham Forest provided the opposition for Jokanovic's first home game. And Fernando Forestieri warmed the palms of Carl Darlow with a rasping right-footed effort.
Ekstrom will work it back to Abdi. Onto his right foot and curls it. Minari with a little flick, might come to a goal! And Watford take the lead. And after all their great football, it's a scrappy affair. But they won't mind one jot because they are ahead here at Vicarage Road. And it's no more than they deserve. Odion Igalo scores for the second successive game.
Forest were level within 2 minutes, however, and Mikel Antonio took advantage of a mistake to poke under Gomez.
Murray helps it on. Here's Igalo, clever turn, and he looks to flick it forward, looking for Forestieri, who's ahead of the last defender. Forestieri into the box, he's forced a little wide. He's got Murray there, he's got Vidra there, who's bundled over, and Watford have a penalty. Vidra bundled over on the 6-yard line, and Watford have the chance to go back in front. The crowd screamed for another card here. Here comes Mathieu Vidra then. It's a long run up, and he sends Barlow the wrong way, and Watford are back in front. Mathieu Vidra, and Watford's lead is restored. The Hornets top of the table, back in front. Watford 2, Nottingham Forest 1.
The Hornets were pegged back again midway through the second half, and Antonio headed in his second of the game from Chris Burke's deep cross. The longest trip of the season followed, and there was a late change in goal at the Riverside Stadium, with Aurelio Gomez picking up an injury in the warm-up. Jonathan Bond stepped in and made a fine block to deny England under-21 colleague Patrick Bamford. Middlesbrough broke the deadlock 4 minutes after the break, however, when Kike converted Bamford's cutback. Two minutes later, Bond denied the Chelsea loanee again, and that save proved crucial.
Here's Vidra, 30 yards out, looks for Deeney at the far post. It comes off Deeney, rebound to Anya, left-hand edge of the penalty area. He can face up Ayala, drives it back across goal. Deeney there! 1-1! Troy Deeney's back! It's the captain who equalises for the Hornets. Fires it past Konstantopoulos after Anya did really well just to sidestep Bamford. And Deeney, having done enough to feed Anya initially, levels things up for Watford. Just past the hour mark, it's Middlesbrough 1, Watford 1.
The Hornets came close to taking all 3 points home, but Joel Ekstrand's header came back off the post. So Watford finished the month in second place, with just 4 points separating the top 8 teams.
November began with a very special match day at Vicarage Road as Watford paid their respects to those who fought in the First World War.
The Rookery stands, and the Rookery end stands, and all the fans in that end raise foils, black, white and red, above their heads to commemorate 100 years since the start of the First World War. Applause rings round Vicarage Road, led by the Millwall fans, I have to say. The display in black, white and red with a large poppy in the middle of that Rookery stand. Absolutely spectacular and memorable here at the Rookery end. Watford supporters were here early today to put the foils onto the seats, and the fans have responded with this magnificent display.
It was Millwall who struck first, when Martin Wolford calmly finished past Gomez.
Corner from the far side is taken short. Here's Vidra, rolls it back to the edge of the area, and Andrews, he's gone for the return, and it's looking towards Vidra, who scores somehow. Mathieu Vidra puts Watford level. Wonderful corner routine. The finish, well, it rather hit him and dribbled over the line because it wrong-footed David Ford. But it is a Watford equaliser, and it's the 7th goal of the season from Mathieu Vidra.
Vidra nearly scored again soon after, but David Ford's fingertips diverted his shot round the post.
Here comes Turgeon, blasted into the net! Great strike from Daniel Turgeon, and Watford take the lead right at the end of this first half. Ford never saw it. Turgeon has released Vidra down this left-hand side. He cuts it back first time towards Minari. There is the third goal. More quick thinking from the Hornets, and what a finish from Gianni Minari. Cracking finish from Minari. Watford 3, Millwall 1.
Gary Rowett's first home game in charge of Birmingham got off to the perfect start as Clayton Donaldson scored after just 2 minutes.
Back to Doyley, who's on the overlap. Can he cut it back? Yes, he can. Here's Forestieri. Little turn straight at Randolph, who parries it. Forestieri on the rebound. Equalises for Watford. Fernando Forestieri alert inside the box after his initial effort was parried by Darren Randolph. Doyley on the overlap, found Forestieri, and on the rebound he levels things up with his 4th goal of the season. Birmingham City 1, Watford 1.
The Blues struggled to clear their lines under pressure from Forestieri and Igalo, but Darren Randolph managed to keep out Troy Deeney's powerful follow-up. And Donaldson scored his second, which proved to be the winner 5 minutes from time, heading in David Cottrell's cross. At Portman Road, chances were at a premium. Ipswich were denied in the first half as Gomez kept out Darryl Martin's volley. Then after half-time, Vidra picked out Forestieri, but he couldn't hit the target. The only goal came inside the last 10 minutes when Tommy Smith stabbed home from close range. Another international break, league leaders Derby were the visitors to Vicarage Road. Both keepers were busy in the first half, Jonathan Bond tipping Jeff Hendrick's shot onto the post, before Jack Butland kept Troy Deeney's effort out at the other end. There wasn't much Bond could do though about Derby's opener. Liverpool loanee Jordan Ibe finding the top corner 6 minutes before the break.
Minari into the feet of Deeney, 25 yards out. He's able to turn, works it into Dyer, into Minari inside the box. Can he finish? Oh yes he can! And Watford are level! And Gianni Minari fires into the roof of the nets. Wonderful football from the Hornets involving Deeney and Dyer, and the finish was top quality from Gianni Minari.
The Rams restored their lead 9 minutes from time with another stunning strike, this time from Craig Bryson. And Butland kept the Hornets at bay, preventing Akechi Anya from grabbing a late equaliser. The visit of Cardiff was preceded by a number of former Hornets heroes forming a guard of honour for their former manager as the Rouse Stand was renamed the Graham Taylor Stand. On the pitch, it was one of those days and the tone was set early on when first Daniel Turgeon and then Troy Deeney were close to breaking the deadlock. When the goal came, it was at the other end as Adam Lafondra touched in Kenwyne Jones's header. The Hornets kept plugging away. Aman Abdi's header was saved and shots were blocked in the Cardiff penalty area. The woodwork was on Cardiff's side too when Ben Turner deflected Vidra's cross to confirm it just wasn't Watford's day. That reverse saw the Hornets finish the month outside the playoff places as Derby continued to set the pace.
After those 4 straight defeats, pressure was building on the Hornets and questions were being asked about their promotion credentials. Their first December assignment was on a chilly night down by the River Thames at Craven Cottage, and many of those questions were answered in style.
Sky cameras were present to see Daniel Turgeon go close with a trademark free kick in the first few minutes. And then Deeney was denied by a goal line clearance.
It's going to be Abdi who drills it and finds the net. Well, the Watford fans got exactly what they wanted. They were calling for him to strike it, and didn't he strike it?
Oh, what a good decision. What a really good decision that is. And that's the beauty of having a right footer and a left footer, but he just goes hard and low. He's expecting the wall to jump, but have a look at this. It goes through the legs of Troy Deeney, through the wall, and in. There is a massive element of luck. I think it may even hit Troy Deeney, you know, on the heel, and if it does, he'll want to claim it, but he doesn't care who's got it. This team have got the lead.
Just 2 minutes after Abdi's opener, Watford were in again. Vidra was brought down by Bettinelli to give the Hornets a penalty, and the goalkeeper received his marching orders.
He looked fairly relaxed as Gabor Kiraly came on. We will see.
As cool as you like from Troy Deeney, and Watford threatening to run away with this. Happy days here again?
Absolutely, it's as strong a position as he could have possibly hoped. How cool is this? Rolls the ball the other way, knows that Kiraly is going to go to his right, so he sends the ball, well, more or less down the middle, but he let the goalkeeper get out of the way of it first. But here, wonderful skill from Alman Abdi, a good run from Vidra, and a clear chance. And there isn't anybody on the line, it is a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Christensen back into trouble, and Deeney will pounce and score! Rot stopped!
Yeah, officially, I don't think anybody can say they didn't see this coming. It's been on the cards for the last 10-15 minutes, and it's another terrible defensive clearance. There was one just before it that they got away with, but this time they don't get away with it. It's a poor header there from Christensen, and that's a beautifully cushioned little header. Troy Deeney reads it. I think it's Minari, isn't it? Just cushions that into the path of Deeney. Doesn't quite get all the ball, get the contact, but it doesn't matter. He pokes it goalwards. It goes through the legs of Gabor Kiraly, and Watford have the game in the palm of their hand. And Watford were never really far away from bringing a bad run to an end.
Well, that's a stunning strike! Absolutely wonderful from Alman Abdi. Well, that's the crowning glory of a wonderful night for Watford.
Well, I'm not sure Gabor Kiraly in the goal even moved, even saw the ball. It was just a stunning strike. Totally unexpected, totally out of the blue. And just picks the ball up there, doesn't even really look. And look at that, goalkeeper is nowhere near. You'll see from this angle, he cuts, spins the ball into the top corner. It's absolutely sublime, and that's what he brings to the table. That's how good he is, and this is how good Watford can be on any given day. Watch out, Championship.
The Golden Boy's Golden Boy for the night. Well, now Deeney is in. Only one outcome. A hat-trick for Troy Deeney, and Watford's wonderful night is complete.
Well, Fernando Forestieri wanted him to square it, but there was not a hope that he was going to do that. And actually what he's done with his strike partner, he's shown how you should finish that type of an opportunity. He was decisive, emphatic, keeps himself onside, gets in between the two defenders, and then look, he's emphatic, knows exactly what he wants to do, doesn't waver, doesn't change his mind, hard, low, across the goalkeeper, and Gabor Kiraly in the goal, absolutely no chance. Wonderful hat-trick.
And it has been exactly what the doctor ordered and more for Slaviša Jokanovic. A man coming into this under pressure, well, if not under pressure, then certainly under microscopic scrutiny. But his team have responded in truly magnificent style.
Another very special match day followed for the visit of Wigan as Sir Elton John formally opened the new East Stand, which was named in his honour.
Diagonal from Cathcart, bounces over Deeney. Nana looks to nod it into the box for Deeney. Here's Troy Deeney, who blasts it into the corner off the net from an acute angle. It didn't look like he'd be able to score from there, but he picked his spot to perfection.
Malky Mackay's side levelled on the stroke of half-time when Chris McCann rose to nod home a corner.
Infield again to Terzic. Is it to be more frustration at home for the Hornets? Terzic looks to play it inside Espinosa, and he's continued his run. He cuts the cross back, and it's Deeney! Troy Deeney heads Watford back in front. A rare-headed goal from the captain. 2 for Deeney, 2 for the Hornets. Watford 2, Wigan Athletic 1.
Pre-Christmas trip to Reading saw the Hornets test Royals keeper Adam Federici early on for Arman Abdi. But as half-time approached, Gabriel Angela received his second booking of the game and was sent off. New Reading boss Steve Clarke's side had numerical advantage for the second 45 minutes and should have taken the lead when Gareth McCleary set up Nick Blackman.
Guardiola looks for Anya. Anya can get into the box, can he? Looks to cut it back. He might come to Abdi on the right foot. Arman Abdi scores! Watford are ahead here! Arman Abdi on his right foot drills it under Federici from 15 yards, and it was Abdi coming in on it first time on that hammer of a right foot. No chance for Federici. It's Reading 0, the 10 men of Watford 1.
The TV cameras were at Vicarage Road on Boxing Day for the visit of Kenny Jackett's Wolves. Aurelio Gomez had to be at his best in the first half to keep the Hornets on level terms. First keeping out David Edwards, and then Courtney Hawes from long range. The visitors continued to dominate after the break and took a deserved lead on 57 minutes through Nua Dicko. Watford rallied late on and substitute Odion Ighalo rattled the bar, but Wolves held on in the pouring Christmas rain. Slaviša Jokanovic made 6 changes as Watford travelled to Cardiff just 48 hours later for the final game of 2014. They fell behind to Adam Lafondra again on 20 minutes.
Comes back to Ighalo. Still Ighalo inside the box. Twisting and turning, but in the end Cardiff get a poke away. Comes to Paredes. How did Forestieri miss that? I think Marshall saved it, but Forestieri should have scored. It's clipped into the box. Guardiola on the volley. Does equalise! Adlen Guardiola maybe playing his last game for the Hornets, but he's just equalised here at the Cardiff City Stadium. Guediora on his right foot swivelled and volleyed home from 8 yards. Watford a level. Cardiff 1, Watford 1. Works it out though to Pudil on the left-hand side. We're moving to 2 minutes of added time. Pudil curls the cross in. Igalo with the header, parried away. No in! Marshall can't keep it out. Watford are ahead. Great cross from Pudil and a great header from Odion Igalo. And inside the last 5 minutes of this first half, Watford have turned the scoreline right around here, and now they lead at the Cardiff City Stadium. Odion Igalo's 4th of the season. He's played a good ball into Guediora, who takes a touch, and this fires goals! What a goal from Adlan Guediora! What a strike that was from 25 yards, and all Marshall could do was watch it fire off the underside of the bar into the top corner behind him, and Watford have a 3rd goal. Terja with the corner towards Angelo, who heads it down. It might come to Deeney on the right-hand edge of the penalty area. He just held his run and then he curls it back into the box. Angelo's there! It's 4-1! Gabriel Angelo scores his 1st of the season and sprints off towards the travelling fans to celebrate. It's joy on the road again for the Hornets. Cardiff 1, Watford 4.
Cardiff did grab a late consolation in injury time through Kenwyne Jones, but the Hornets headed into 2015 in good spirits. So Watford finished the year in 5th place, trailing league leaders Bournemouth by 7 points.
January began in the traditional way with the 3rd round of the FA Cup on the first weekend of the new year. For the 3rd season running, Watford were given an away draw against top Premier League opposition. 6,000 Hornets travelled to Stamford Bridge, hoping to see an upset.
After an even first half, it was Watford who went close to opening the scoring after the break, but Troy Deeney's effort was deflected just wide. Jose Mourinho had introduced Diego Costa and Willian at half-time, and it was the Brazilian midfielder who broke the deadlock with a delightful effort just short of the hour mark. Loic Remy made it 20 minutes from time. And young defender Kurt Zouma nodded in a 3rd for Chelsea to lead the Hornets to focus on their Championship promotion campaign. Wind, rain, sleet and snow greeted the Hornets at Huddersfield, and they were rather blown away in the conditions. Nahki Wells put the Terriers in front from close range 7 minutes into the second half.
Anya with the throw for the Hornets. Towards Deeney, flicks it on, and Igalo will look to get there inside the box, and he will get there inside the box, and he goes on there, and it's gone in! Gone through the goalkeeper's legs, and Igalo equalises for Watford. Deeney with the flick on, and Igalo got away, and from an acute angle, fired towards goal, and Alex Smithies let it slip between his legs at the near post, and the ball rode a foot over the line, and Watford are back on level terms with 25 minutes to go. Igalo's 5th of the season. He has an instant impact. Huddersfield Town 1, Watford 1.
James Vaughan put the home side back in front 13 minutes from time, converting another left wing cross. Before centre-back Joel Lynch acrobatically sealed the points with an overhead kick. Charlton were under new management as they visited Vicarage Road, and Watford were looking to get back on track. Aurelio Gomez was forced into an early save to deny Johan Berg Gudmundsson.
Loyan with the corner, comes to Angela again, will it? No, it's poked away by Wilson. Back to Loyan. Loyan with the cross. Cathcart with the header, headed down by Igalo. Cathcart's there! Craig Cathcart Jello is there in front of him this time and clears and looks to release Deeney with a ball down the middle, and Deeney is away. It's Troy Deeney into the box. BK's back there, but Deeney's still there, and Deeney makes it through. Troy Deeney scores his 10th of the season and celebrates his 200th Watford appearance by doubling the Hornets' lead.
Igalo went close to making it 3, but his volley was kept out by Neil Etheridge.
This right-hand side in Paredes. First time ball infield to Layun, who can turn, and they look for Paredes in round the back of Wiggins. Paredes paces get there. Can he cut it back? It's there! It's 3-0! Odion Igalo! What a wonderfully worked goal between Layun and Paredes, and Odion Igalo has the goal that his first half display thoroughly deserves. And then swing it. Igalo with the header, it's 4! Free header at the near post for Odion Igalo, and he buries it for his 2nd of the afternoon, his 7th of the season.
Watford were in complete control, and more good link-up play between the strikers saw Deeney's shot tip round the post.
Here is Daniel Turgeon, it is left-footed, and he makes it 5-0, and that is the icing on the top of the Watford cake this afternoon. 5 goals on the afternoon for the Hornets. Watford 5, Charlton Athletic 0.
Bottom club Blackpool, without an away win all season, were the next visitors to Vicarage Road and for 45 minutes threatened an upset. But a stunning second half comeback from the Hornets will long be remembered as records tumbled.
The Seasiders stunned Watford when Andrea Orlandi fired the visitors into an 8th-minute lead. And 3 minutes before half-time, Lee Clark's side doubled their advantage through Steve Davis.
Here's Watson poking the ball forward, and Igalo is onside here, and he leaves it for Layun. Layun inside the penalty area, squares it for Igalo. Watford have one back. The perfect start to this second half. Odion Igalo scores his 5th goal in the last 4 league games. Blackpool hesitated. They thought there might have been an offside. There wasn't. Layun put it on a plate for Igalo. Watford corner, their 4th of the afternoon. Turgeon with it again. Whipped in. Deeney flicks it in, and Watford are level. Troy Deeney with the header at the near post. It's taken the Hornets a little over 7 minutes at the start of this second half to get back on level terms. Troy Deeney with his 11th goal of the season. Paredes is there ahead of O'Day, and Layun turns it forward. Deeney heads it down, looking for Igalo, who holds off Clark, and Igalo scores! It's 3-2! What a turnaround at Vicarage Road! Igalo with his 2nd goal, and inside the first 10 minutes of this second period, it's Watford 3, Blackpool 2. Anya goes on the outside and is round him. Can he cut it back? Watson's in the middle. It's beyond him. It'll come to Vitra. It's 4! Mattia Vitra breaks his goal-scoring drought. His first since the 1st of November. And Watford have scored 4 inside the first 15 minutes of this second period. Deeney rises. Angela's there off the post. Angela's there again. It's 5 for Watford. Gabriel Angela gets his 2nd of the season, reacting quickest after his header hit the post, and Watford are surely home and hosed now. Here's Deeney, now Vitra edge of the box. Deeney makes a run into the area. Here's Troy Deeney. Can he finish? Off the post. Igalo's there! And Odion Igalo has a hat-trick! Deeney off the post. Igalo is there on the edge of the 6-yard box to nod it into the empty net. What a streak Odion Igalo is on. Watson pokes it forward looking for Deeney. Deeney is round the goalkeeper. Now can he finish? Igalo wants it across, and it's Igalo. It's another goal for Odion Igalo. It's Watford 7, Blackpool 2.
A Friday night trip to league leaders Bournemouth was next for the Hornets, and on the back of those two big victories, Watford were full of confidence. But just 26 seconds in, referee Lee Probert produced a red card for this challenge by Gabriel Angela, and the Hornets were faced with playing 89 minutes with 10 men. Watford held out for 35 minutes before Craig Cathcart fouled Wilson in the box. And Jan Kermorgant fired the Cherries in front from the penalty spot. "12 minutes after half-time, the result was put beyond doubt when Matt Ritchie drilled in a second for Bournemouth. Eddie Howe's side were denied a bigger margin of victory as Aurelio Gomez somehow kept out Kermorgant's header. Defeat on the south coast left Watford 7 points behind the leaders in 6th place.
The roller coaster was starting to get into full swing as February began, and as the top 8 started to pull away from the rest, every game meant more and more. It was a cold, grey afternoon at Vicarage Road for the visit of Blackburn Rovers.
Aurelio Gomez was the star for the Hornets. His save to deny Jordan Rhodes was one of a number in the second half.
Right for the delivery, low in towards the near post. Vidra misses his kick, might come to Angela, might come to Igalo, and it's in from Igalo! It's that man again! Odion Igalo, who breaks the deadlock with 7 minutes to go! We said maybe a bit of quality. No, it's a goal that sums up the game. It's a scrappy affair, but it's the type of goal that Odion Igalo has made his speciality, certainly in these last few weeks.
Short trip to West London to face Mark Warburton's buoyant Brentford followed. It was again full of incident. The first was a red card for Jake Bidwell 7 minutes before half-time for a foul on Miguel Layun. It was the 10-man Bees who took the lead though. Andre Gray running onto a long clearance to fly past Gomez. Watford were handed a lifeline, literally, when Jonathan Douglas handled in the box. But keeper David Button saved Troy Deeney's penalty.
Leaves it for Tertiary, first time, sweeps it out to his right hand side and Lyon. Again, he's got Paredes bursting outside him. Here's Paredes, right edge of the penalty area. Little quick cross, Igalo with the header, it's him again! It's Odion Igalo with his 13th goal of the season, and Watford are level! Midway point of this second half. Lyon back into the box to Vidra again. Vidra onto his left foot. Works it. Igalo on the volley. It's there! Odion Igalo scores again! Watford are in front in stoppage time! And it's Odion Igalo 14th goal of the season, who puts Watford in front against the 10 men. Heartbreak for Brentford. Here's Igalo, back to Watson. Bolton holding a very high line. Watson looking to play Igalo in. Here is Odion Igalo. Thought about going for goal from 20 yards. Cuts inside the box, onto his right foot, and he scores! Odion Igalo puts Watford in front on 25 minutes with his 15th goal of the season. Bolton held the line really high. He timed his run perfectly. Still had plenty to do. Held off the defender, got it onto his right foot, and very calmly rolled it beyond Lonigan into the bottom corner. It's Bolton Wanderers 0, Watford 1.
Bolton hit back before half-time, however. First in controversial fashion. Referee Jeff Eltringham overruled his linesman who'd raised his flag, and Zach Clough guided in an equaliser. 4 minutes later, and Adam Lafondra put the home side in front with his third goal of the season against Watford.
Forest Jerry 5 yards outside the penalty area. Feeds Abdi again on the edge of the box. Abdi goes to the far corner. Oh, yes! What a goal from Abdi! He's beaten Lonigan at last from 25 yards into the top corner. That is a stunning strike from Abdi. We said Lafondra's goal was a typical Lafondra goal. That's a typical Abdi goal. And Watford are level with 21 minutes to go. Abdi was his 7th of the season, just like the one at Fulham into the top corner. Bolton 2, Watford 2.
The action was relentless, and almost from the kick-off, Bolton were on the attack again. Aurelio Gomez forced into a brilliant triple save to keep the scores level.
Only as far as Anya on the edge of the penalty area. Here's Cathcart again. Out to the left-hand side, and Anya leaves it for Amman Abdi, level with the edge of the area. In swinging cross. Here's Deeney with the header. Here, no, it's Joel Ekstrand. Joel Ekstrand scores for the Hornets, who now lead by 3 goals to 2.
5 minutes from the end, Neil Lennon's side were level at 3-3. Clough scoring his second.
Deeney controls it and can work it out to Igalo on the left-hand side. He'll attack Wheater. Igalo edge of the area, goes one way, then onto his right foot again. Feeds Deeney. Deeney onto his right foot. Scores! Troy Deeney scores! It's 4-3! Unbelievable stuff here at the Macron Stadium. A fantastic counter-attack again from the Hornets. Bolton defenders on the floor, heads in hands. Igalo did so well to work the opening, and Deeney took a touch and drilled it into the bottom corner beyond Lonigan. And late on, well, the drama, is it over? We've got 4 minutes of added time here still to play. Bolton Wanderers 3, Watford 4.
Norwich were the next visitors to Vicarage Road in an eagerly anticipated clash between two promotion contenders. The game was locked at 0-0 until 25 minutes from the end, when Wes Hoolahan went down in the box and referee Carl Berry pointed to the penalty spot. Lewis Grabban scored to give the Canaries the advantage, and they never looked back. Cameron Jerome scored from 20 yards 5 minutes later. and then Grabban bagged his second and Norwich's third 5 minutes before the end to complete the double over the Hornets.
Here's Arneson, lets the ball run under his toe, and Igalo is clean through. Igalo into the box, goes round the goalkeeper and puts Watford in front. And that all came from a slip from Kari Arneson, 20 yards from his own goal. A horrible moment for the Icelandic defender. And the one man you don't want to give it to in that position at this moment in time is Odion Igalo, who took full advantage.
Alman Abdi tested Adam Collins soon after, but the Millers keeper was equal to his effort. And moments later, he parried Troy Deeney's shot to safety.
Goes through the wall and Colin can only parry it, extra hands there, and Deeney tucks it over the line. And Watford do have the all-important second goal. It was a fine strike from Terja. A horrible one for Colin to deal with. All he could do was beat it away from his face. Ekstrand poked it back across the 6-yard line. And Troy Deeney was there a couple of yards out to touch home his 13th goal of the season and give Watford some breathing space. Now Igalo touched the ball off for Abdi. Abdi into the feet of Deeney on the edge of the box. Deeney takes a touch, he might fall to Layoun. Onto his left foot, and Colin fumbles it, and Igalo is going to touch it home for a third goal. Odion Igalo in the right place at the right time for the umpteenth time. Well, the 17th time this season. More horrible defending from Rotherham.
Abdi couldn't quite make it 4 on the night as his late run and shot came back off the post. Another action-packed afternoon was to follow as the Hornets travelled to Elland Road. Slavisa Kanovic's side produced a great comeback, having fallen 2 goals behind inside 20 minutes. First, Billy Sharp pounced to give Neil Redfern's side the lead after a defensive mix-up. And then Rodolphe Austin struck one of the goals of the season to double the lead.
Vidra forward, looking for Deeney, looks to hold off the defender, Wootton, and Deeney scores! Out of nothing, Troy Deeney puts Watford back into it. Vidra released him, and his strength held off Bamba and Wootton as if they weren't there, and Silvestre came out. Deeney slotted it past him for his 14th goal of the season, his 6th goal in his last 6 games against Leeds United.
Straight after half-time, Watford had a scare as Austin twice went close to making it 3-1. First, Gomez was quickly out to save his initial effort, and Gabriel Angela volleyed his second off the line.
Abdi looks for Vidra. Vidra forward to Deeney. Deeney inside the box. Looks to square it towards Vidra. 2-2! Brilliant goal on the counter from Watford. Deeney and Vidra combine. Great ball from Vidra and unselfish from Deeney, who squared it to his strike partner. And Watford are level. 10.5 minutes into this second half. It's game on at Elland Road. And Abdi can bring it away for Watford. And he'll feed Deeney on this right-hand side. Only Vidra ahead of him. Deeney looks to find him. He has found him. And Vidra's beyond that. Bamba, Silvestre saves. Vidra's there again! And Matteo Vidra puts Watford in front. And Watford have come from 2 goals down to lead here by 3 goals to 2. They're up to their old tricks on their troubles again. And Matteo Vidra loves Elland Road. He scores twice again here. And this time he puts Watford in front.
Watford ended February in third place, 3 points behind leaders Derby, and just 6 points covered the top 6 sides.
Things were getting tighter and tighter as we entered into March, and the run-in was fast approaching. The Hornets were looking to continue their winning momentum and complete a league double as Fulham travelled to Vicarage Road.
Deeney spins away from the near post. Absolutely flicked on by Cathcart. It's parried away by Bettinelli. Might come to Deeney, who hammers it into the roof of the nets from the edge of the 6-yard box. And Watford take the lead just past the 8-minute mark. Fulham fell asleep after Bettinelli parried the initial effort from Cathcart, and Deeney was the first to react, and he thumped it into the roof of the net from 6 yards. It's his 15th goal of the season, and it's Watford 1, Fulham 0.
Ross McCormack threatened an instant response, but Gomez parried his shot to safety. At the other end, a sweeping Watford move ended with Abdi shooting inches wide. And just before half-time, a wonderful turn by Adlan Guediora allowed him to tee up Vidra, but his shot struck the bar. Wolves were challenging the playoff places as Watford arrived at Molineux. Benica Fobe put the home side in front after 14 minutes.
And Deeney looks to find him, and Vidra is onside. Vidra shoots, Vidra scores! Fantastic equaliser on the counter-attack from Mattia Vidra. The Deeney-Vidra combination again, that is so deadly for the Hornets. Deeney releasing Vidra, who took a touch and then belted it past Kuszczak, low to his left from the edge of the area.
Rajiv van La Parra then forced Gomez to tip his header over the bar as the sides went in level at the break. Just after half-time, Wolves were back in front as Jack Price deflected a shot past Gomez.
Cathcart works it forward to Guediora, who looks to set Deeney away with one long ball, and Deeney is away. Can he hold off back? Can he finish? Yes, he can! Troy Deeney equalises for Watford. One long ball, this time catches Wolves out. He held off the 2 centre-halves, and Deeney rolls in his 16th of the season. He scores for the 4th successive game, and just like last weekend, just when Watford needed it most, he strikes.
The game finished in controversial fashion, with both sides reduced to 10 men in injury time. Tommy Hoban picked up a second booking for a foul on Van La Parra, and he was followed down the tunnel soon after by Bakary Saka. The point for the Hornets meant that 4 teams were now equal on 66 points at the top, and just 2 points covered the top 6. However, news soon emerged that Watford supporter Nick Crewis had been subjected to an unprovoked attack as he left Molineux after the game and was in hospital with life-threatening injuries. Everyone's thoughts at Vicarage Road were with Nick and his family, whilst teenage Wolves fan Ollie Floyd set up an online fund which fans from all over the country contributed to. With Nick remaining in hospital, the players came together before the next game at home to Reading and created the hashtag #ForNick4Promotion, which was to stay at the forefront of the promotion push during the run-in. And they warmed up for the game in t-shirts showing their support for Nick, and Hornets fans displayed a banner to convey their thoughts to one of their fellow supporters. Members of the Crewis family were in the crowd for the visit of the Royals, and Watford made a fast start.
It's an infield to Abdi onto his right foot. Abdi touched it off to Deeney on the edge of the box. Zat Knight slides in and nicks it away from Watford's captain. But he turns again, he's allowed to turn. Finds Abdi, Abdi into the area. Abdi scores! What a start for the Hornets! Inside the first minute, Alman Abdi puts them ahead.
It was nearly 2 when Marco Motta crashed a shot off the bar. And then Fernando Forestieri's scissor kick was brilliantly saved.
Down the line for Guardiola. So under pressure from Travner and Guthrie. Wants it back to Motta. Quickly infield to Vidra, 25 yards out. Looking to turn and he runs into Akpan, but Forestieri takes over and twists one way, then plays in Vidra. Vidra inside the box. Vidra doubles the lead. There is the second goal that Watford crave, and they have a little bit of a cushion now. Great link-up between Forestieri and Vidra. Deeney has found Forestieri in this left-hand side. First touch takes him out towards touch. He's closed down by Zat Knight. Nips away from him. He's forced away from goal. Plays it into Vidra. Plays it around the corner for Forestieri again. He'll get there inside the box. Now, who can he pick out? He cuts it back across goal. He finds Troy Deeney, who makes it 3-0. And Deeney lifts up his yellow shirt to reveal a yellow T-shirt underneath that says, "Thinking of Nick."
Reading pulled one back midway through the second half, courtesy of a Jen Karachan strike.
Deeney's robbed him, and Forestieri will be first to it. Forestieri inside the box. What a finish! What a finish from Fernando Forestieri! And that relieves the tension around Vicarage Road. Great work from Padilla initially. Deeney did enough to put Keown off and released Forestieri, who took a touch and then blasted it left-footed into the far corner beyond Anderson. Watford have a fourth. It's Watford 4, Reading 1 for Nick for promotion.
A midweek trip to a Wigan side who hadn't won at home since August was made all the trickier with an awkward playing surface. Adlane Guardiola tested goalkeeper Ali Al-Habsi from long range, before Watford showed all their battling qualities to keep the home side at bay. Just before half-time, Troy Deeney went close for the Hornets.
He will find Forestieri, and maybe Watford can break this time. Forestieri with Vidra and Deeney ahead of him. Forestieri into the Wigan half, turns it out to his left-hand side, and Guardiola, who can manoeuvre towards the edge of the box, is crossed towards the far post. Deeney's coming in with the header! Troy Deeney puts Watford in front at the DW Stadium. A powerful header at the far post. He scores for the 6th successive game. He scores his 18th goal of the season. And Watford strike first. So vital on a night like tonight. 8 minutes played in this second half. Wigan 0, Watford 1.
Guardiola wasn't far away from a second after being fed by Vidra. Then Tommy Hoban set off on a mazy run down the left wing. Gianni Minari saw his shot saved, and Guardiola's follow-up was deflected and then cleared off the line by Emerson Boyce.
and he will make a dart towards the penalty area. Looks to go on the outside of Boyce, who gets a foot in and gives away a penalty. He fouls Forestieri. Watford have a penalty in the last minute. Great work from Forestieri, and the Hornets have the chance here to put the game to bed. Comes up right-footed into the corner of the net, and Watford double their lead, and they have the 3 points here at the DW Stadium. It's the captain again, Troy Deeney, with his 19th of the season, his 7th in 6 games. Wigan Athletic 0, Watford 2. The Hornets heading to the top of the Championship.
The win at Wigan had sent Watford top of the table ahead of the visit of playoff hopefuls Ipswich. Guardiola fired over from long range in a game of few opportunities. At the other end, Gomez parried Luke Varney's effort. In the second half, Odion Igalo stabbed just over from Deeney's cross. Before Ipswich grabbed a last gasp winner, as Richard Chaplow broke away to beat Gomez. So, with 7 games left, the Hornets were 1 point behind Bournemouth. It was beginning to look like 2 from the top 4 for automatic promotion.
The Easter weekend double-header with promotion rivals Derby and Middlesbrough had been earmarked for many weeks as season-defining. So, after a fortnight off for an international break, April began with a Good Friday trip to the iPro Stadium.
Vidra wins it back, helping out Miguel, and Vidra then looks to work it into Igalo. Igalo looking to hold off Thorne, trying to burst his way into the box, and the ball rebounds to Vidra, and Vidra scores! Igalo did the donkey work on the edge of the box, and it broke to Vidra, who first time left-footed, drove it beyond Lee Grant into the bottom left-hand corner. Watford strike first on Good Friday. Mattia Vidra with lucky 13, his 13th of the season. Stroke hit it in an instant, no chance for Grant. Derby dithered on the edge of their own box, and Watford make them pay. Derby 0, Watford 1.
But a minute before half-time, another big game appeared to turn on another big decision. Marco Motta brought down Johnny Russell, referee Kevin Friend pointed to the spot, and the Italian fullback was sent off. Darren Bent beat Gomez from the spot to send the sides in level at the break. The Rams began the second half on top and went in front thanks to a fine individual effort from Tom Ince.
Jella heads it away. Igalo chests it down, and Guardiola will get to it on the right hand side. Turns it back into the box, looking for Igalo. Chance! Igalo scores! 2-2! equalises for Watford with his 18th of the season. What a time to score it! Great work from Deulofeu, who gets the congratulations from the bench. He saw Igalo, an inch-perfect pass, and Igalo, right-footed, tucked it beyond Lee Grant, and Watford are back on level terms with 15 minutes to go. The 10 men drag themselves back into it. Derby County 2, Watford 2.
Derby threw everything at Watford in the closing stages, but once Gomez had tipped over Keogh's header, the full-time whistle blew and the Hornets had secured a valuable point.
The draw at Derby had felt like a win in the circumstances, but there was no time to dwell on that as the league leaders were in town on Easter Monday. Just 2 points separated the Hornets in 4th place and Middlesbrough in the top spot as a sea of colour greeted the two teams for the early kick-off.
The first real chance of the game fell to Ikechi Anya after a neat 1-2 with Troy Deeney. Gabriel Angela then headed just wide from the corner as the Hornets continued to hold the upper hand.
Pereyra. Performances have underlined. Oh, and Deeney is completely free here, and the inevitable result. "20 for the season again for Troy Deeney, and a goal which could put them in pole position in the championship race."
Well, Troy Deeney never looked like missing. What a pass from Pereyra, but just watch Jonathan Woodgate here. Such an experienced defender to get caught ball watching and to get caught underneath the ball. All he's got to be concerned about is Troy Deeney's position. He has no idea where the centre forward is, and that's why he buries it. And Jonathan Woodgate, for me, I'm just amazed that he hasn't opened his body up and dropped right on the shoulder of Troy Deeney. He doesn't do that, then Borough play a very, very heavy price.
Historic moment for the Watford captain, hitting the 20 mark for the 3rd successive season.
Just after half-time, Albert Adoma was unable to guide George Friend's cross on target in a rare Borough attack.
Igalo's worked the space and found the finish. Well, it could be a golden goal for the Golden Boys. One that surely sends them back to the top of the championship.
Well, this is all about Odion Igalo being well balanced, being able to shoot with either right or left. I just wonder though, the goalkeeper here, Konstantopoulos, you see with his reaction, should he be saving this? They give the ball away so cheaply here, Middlesbrough. But the way he switches this ball from right to left is brilliant. It's a powerful strike. I'm just not sure about the goalkeeper. He's what, about 6'4" with a stretch. Could he be saving this? It's a great strike. I'm not so sure about the goalkeeper. I think he could have done better.
10 minutes from the end, Guardiola was so close to making it 3, but Konstantopoulos made a great save. A comfortable win for the Hornets with one of their best displays of the season, and Troy Deeney became a history maker by becoming the first Watford player to score 20 goals in 3 successive seasons. The win sent the Hornets top for a couple of hours, but by the end of the afternoon they were third with just 2 points separating the top 4.
Feeds Terge, who looks to curl it beyond Cummings. Great ball for Anya. Can he get there down by the goal line? Yes, he can. He needs some support. Cuts it back towards Deeney. It comes to Vidra into the box. Vidra with the volley. What a strike! What a goal from Mattia Vidra from the edge of the penalty area. First time, right-footed volley. No chance for David Ford, and Watford take the lead. 25 and a half minutes in here. Anya cut it back. What a strike from Mattia Vidra. No chance for Ford. His 14th of the season. And Watford strike first. Millwall 0, Watford 1. Now Vidra trying to release Deeney. Deeney left on edge of the penalty area, and he makes a run into the box. Deeney's found him. Here's Akechi Anya looking to cut it back towards Guardiola. It's 2-0. A vital goal for the Hornets. They double their lead. Brilliantly worked between Deeney and Anya, and Adelaide Guardiola from around the penalty spot strokes it beyond David Ford and gives Watford a 2-goal advantage at the Den. His 3rd goal for the Hornets this season. Millwall 0, Watford 2.
With the promotion race so tight, goal difference could potentially be crucial, but Odion Ighalo was denied late on by Ford, and the Hornets had to settle for a 2-0 win. The top 4 just kept on winning. No one was showing any signs of dropping points, so the table remained as tight as it was, with just 4 games left. The Wednesday trip to Nottingham Forest was significant, as all of Watford's promotion rivals had played and won the night before. Inside the first minute, Aurelio Gomez had to be at his best to keep out Chris Burke.
Being in-swinger with his right foot, and it's flicked onto the far post and headed in by Odion Ighalo for his 20th goal of the season. Well, after an uncertain start, Watford are now ahead. Flicked on at the near post from Abdi's corner, and Ighalo nodded in from a couple of yards.
An uncharacteristic miss from Awan Abdi meant it remained 1-0 heading towards half-time.
Well read by Connolly, who breaks forward and breaks over the halfway line. Matt Connolly, he's still going. He's got Ighalo to his right. He's Odion Ighalo right on edge of the penalty area. Cuts back onto his left foot. Still Ighalo, saved by Darlow, and Connolly's there. Matt Connolly makes it 2-0. What a run from Connolly, and he's in the right place at the right time to double Watford's lead. What a run from the edge of his box. Ighalo's shot was only parried by Darlow, and Matt Connolly followed up.
Just before the hour mark, Forest were reduced to 10 men and Kelvin Wilson was sent off after a clash with Igalo. But Gary Gardner increased the nerves of the Watford faithful and he curled in a free kick to set up a grandstand finish. Gardner then had a shot saved by Gomez and Antonio somehow failed to convert the rebound. By this time, most Watford nerves were shot.
Guardiola goes for goal from 35 yards out, punched away by Dala. Abdi drives in the rebound! Ahmed Abdi seals the 3 points for Watford! The pressure is right back on Bournemouth, Middlesbrough and Norwich. 3-1 Watford lead. That seals the 3 points for the Hornets. Nottingham Forest 1, Watford 3.
So the Hornets kept up with the relentless pace at the top of the table and still only 3 points separated the top 4, and now there were just 3 games to go. And so it was back to Vicarage Road for the visit of Birmingham in the penultimate home game of the campaign. The Hornets started well, showing no signs of nerves. Deeney was denied by the keeper, and Vidra smashed the follow-up off the bar. Next, Ahmed Abdi's shot was deflected just wide.
Turning the ball out to the left-hand side and Troy Deeney turns it down the line for Anya, who's beyond Gray. Can he get across the way? Yes, he can. And he's falling in. What a goal by Craig Cathcart! On the volley, over his shoulder. The deadlock is broken. And it's Craig Cathcart who volleys it into the top corner. And Watford are ahead here. The tension is broken. Relief all around the stadium. Watford have the golden goal.
So, with just 2 games left, the Hornets were top of the table by a point from Bournemouth and Middlesbrough and 3 points clear of Norwich. The final away game was at Brighton and was a lunchtime kickoff, so Watford knew a win would open up a 4-point gap and pile all the pressure on their rivals.
Watford fashioned the first chance, but David Stockdale blocked Troy Deeney's shot.
Connolly with the cross, headed up by Halford, not out of the area. It comes off Halford again, back to Igalo. Here's Deeney. Deeney with a chance. Troy Deeney puts Watford in front. The captain strikes on 28 minutes and sends 3,000 travelling fans delirious away to our right. His 21st of the season, and how many times do we say it? Just when Watford need him most, he comes up with the goods. Scrappy defending from Brighton, they couldn't clear their lines. Igalo did well, held the ball up, laid it to his right. Troy Deeney took a touch and hammered home his 21st of the season. 29 minutes played. It's Brighton of Albion 0, Watford 1.
It wasn't all one-way traffic though, and Gomez made a great stop to deny Chris O'Grady an equaliser. After the interval, some great footwork from Guardiola created an opening. But Stockdale saved again. The game was on a knife edge heading into the last 10 minutes, and Brighton came within inches of an equaliser, but O'Grady's header spun wide off the turf. Gomez came to the rescue again in stoppage time with a double save to deny Mikhail Smith and then Joe Bennett.
Deeney will be first to it. He can turn it crossfield to Vidra if he sees him. He's going towards the corner flag. Can Deeney find Vidra? Yes, he can. Vidra edge of the box, takes a touch, evades Greer. Vidra scores! Mattia Vidra seals the 3 points for Watford. They've made hard work of it, but they have the golden second goal that might just seal the victory here. 2-0 they lead. Deep in stoppage time. Some of the Watford players are flat on their back inside their own half, but they've scored 2 away from home again. Deeney spotted Vidra, he took a touch, held off Greer, put it into the bottom corner. The Hornets lead by 2-0, and they've taken one big, huge step towards the Premier League.
That step became reality a couple of hours later as late goals sent Middlesbrough to defeat at Fulham and Norwich were held at Rotherham.
I don't normally get emotional.
After so many weeks of expecting promotion to be decided on the final day, the visit of Sheffield Wednesday wasn't filled with tension. Watford fans came to celebrate. A 6th straight win would secure the Championship title. Watford came flying out of the blocks. Marco Motta so nearly picked out Layun in the middle. Then Troy Deeney battled his way through into the penalty area and Vidra was denied by Kirkland.
Here's Conlon. Lovely step over from Vidra and Deeney is in. Deeney inside the box. Can he finish? Great save, Kirkland. Vidra nods it into the empty net. Mattia Vidra puts Watford in front here on the final day of the season, and they have the opening goal. There's no stopping Mattia Vidra, and with 25 minutes on the clock, Watford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0.
Bournemouth were 3-0 up at Charlton, so Watford knew only a win would confirm top spot as the game moved into injury time. A rare Wednesday attack won a free kick, the Hornets couldn't clear, and Adli Nahui bundled in an equaliser. With the crowd ready to celebrate whatever the outcome, Daniel Turgeon came close to winning it for Watford. But it wasn't to be, and the Hornets ended as runners-up. Any disappointment was soon forgotten and the champagne began to flow. Watford finished second in the table and were promoted to the Premier League.
So, what a season it was. Promotion back to the Premier League was achieved after an absence of 8 years and records tumbled.
89 points is a club record in the top 2 tiers, and 91 league goals is the highest number the Hornets have scored in the top 3 tiers of English football.
Watford set a new club record of 13 away wins in the season, and by scoring at least twice in each of the last 9 away games, the Hornets surpassed another club record, which had stood for 111 years.
The next step is the Premier League, and new history will be created. The journey there was never straightforward. That's the Watford way, of course, but it really was a case of everybody together for Watford, for the fans, for the players, for Nick, for promotion.
Hey you, click here for more videos.